Hey guys, thank you for clicking on the video. Now before you go anywhere, I just want to ask you one little thing, and that is to leave a comment on 3 different challenges on 3 different zombie maps that you would like to see me do. Now this coming weekend, which is the weekend of the 19th, we're going to be doing a zombies challenge extravaganza stream where it's going to be a bunch, so you get to leave only 3 at max. You can do less if you'd like. You have to have the challenge and the map, and you can say any map if you really want, but if you want map specific, make sure to add that map and don't just be like asking for it later in stream when I'm already halfway done the challenge. Now with that, enjoy the video. What's up guys, it's Tony from At The Moment Games, and at the moment I feel like talking to you about a little impromptu list of 5 things I'd like from Call of Duty World War II. Now this is just a simple video, I just wanted to give you guys something simple today. We had a 3-hour stream, we gained over 10 subs, you guys are amazing, thank you so much for the support. It blows my mind how these things happen like they do, but I was just thinking to myself, I had some really cool ideas for 5 things I wanted to see in Call of Duty World War II's campaign. Not zombies, not multiplayer, campaign. I see so many things about the multiplayer, the zombies, the interactive camos, the supply drops and all of that, but no one's really ever stopped to take a second to talk about the campaign. And honestly, the campaign in a Call of Duty game is one of the things that makes me want to buy it. I love the campaigns. Not a lot of people do, and hopefully maybe this can revitalize some of the love for the campaign in Call of Duty, because you have to think about it. Although you play through and you're like, yeah, this kind of sucks, people spend hours upon hours upon days upon days upon months writing out this story for the game and developing the game and cutscenes to make sure that the game really does flow. And this is World War II, a rich piece of history. Now, we've had Call of Duty games with World War II and World War I, and these parts of history in the past, but the question is, what can they do with this campaign this time around to make it interesting enough for people to maybe actually enjoy it? Now, Black Ops 3's campaign was very, very complex, and that's the way that Jason Blundell writes things between zombies and campaign. Now, he's a very complex thinker. He likes to make you think on your toes. He likes when you sit there and you have to research these things after you've done them for several hours. Now, not a lot of people are really in tune with that in communities for Call of Duty that isn't zombies. There's some people who are just dedicated to campaign and campaign only. There's some people who are dedicated to multiplayer and multiplayer only. And there's people who are dedicated to zombies. Now, the people who are dedicated to zombies, we understand this kind of thing from Jason Blundell. We get the crazy storytelling, at least the people who are super in to the storyline like myself. However, not a lot of other people do. That's why some of the multiplayer people in Black Ops 3 fell behind on zombies, because they didn't understand what the hell was going on. So let's see a little 5-point list about what World War II can do to not let that happen. Now, although this is a top 5 list, we're not going in any real specific order of 5 being the worst to 1 being the best or whatever. I'm just really making this up as I go because I've had a lot of interesting thoughts about it as I sat here applying for jobs, because no place seems to want to hire me, meaning that I have no money to put back in to, expensive habits. But now with the number 5 spot, we're going to go straight into this. The environment. The environment in a campaign makes it, visceral. It makes things intense. It makes things realistic. And that's what we've been wanting with this Call of Duty, is realism. We don't want any more of that jetpacky space crap that goes all around the freaking world and all these Nuketown maps, jumping around with their breckies and their Bal 27 obsidian steeds, doing all of that crap. No, we want boots on the ground. We want realism. And the one thing Call of Duty in the olden days used to do is they used to bring us that realistic feel. Call of Duty Black Ops 1, my favorite campaign to date. An unpopular opinion. Everyone loves the Modern Warfare series, and don't get me wrong, so do I, but the Black Ops 1 campaign, so amazing to me because some of the scenes in it just makes it so intense. It makes it so crazy. Like the scene where you're being interrogated after you've been captured and you're with Woods and Bowman's just so given up from all the torturing that he just wants to die, and he treats the interrogators like crap, which results to them beating his brains. And I'm not super like, oh, I love gore and all that, but just the visceral understanding of he wanted to die in that moment. is absolutely insane, and it makes you go, oh my god, the first time you see it. I remember the first time I played that, I was like, what the hell? I was like, whoa, no, I really liked Bowman. And then they bring Woods out, Woods being one of my favorite characters. No, they're making him play Russian roulette. It was insane. They need to have the environment, the setting. With that scene, what made it so good was that you could tell they are in this cave, and they're in the enemy territory, and they're in these bamboo cages, and they're all stuck up. I really want the World War II campaign to have the World War II vibe. Everything is sporadic, everything is chaotic, buildings are falling around you, there's dust and ashes everywhere, there are people dying, innocent people on the streets sitting there who have done absolutely nothing wrong, being killed upon their will. Now, I don't know exactly how the World War II story is going to go. I can't say for sure that anybody does at this point except for Sledgehammer themselves, but whatever they decide to do, I really hope that they actually have that kind of environment in their campaign. Make it feel like it's a movie. That's the point. It's supposed to feel like a really crazy action movie. That's how Call of Duty campaigns are, and you're the star. You're dealing with it. But see, the thing is, sometimes these movies don't have happy endings, and I'll be honest with you, I really hope Call of Duty World War II's campaign doesn't have a happy ending. Number 4 on the list, right? This one's a little, chaining off the last one, but happiness. I don't want it. I don't want the people in World War II to be, all happy-go-lucky, I don't want to see any of that cartoony crap that Infinite Warfare's modes have given us. I mean, don't get me wrong, I actually somehow enjoyed the Infinite Warfare campaign, but not as much as I could have. They could have done a little bit more with that, but I really just want it to have the gruesome attitudes of the characters. And, I don't want any of the characters to be like, oh, it's happy-go-lucky. The characters need to be panicked. You need to be able to tell that their emotions, they are frightened by the war. They are shaken up. And just like the movie Fury, where the main character, the leader of the squad, he acts like a hard ass in front of them. But the second that all the backs are turned and he's by himself, he breaks down. He's upset, and he has to be strong for the others. I want to see that vibe. I don't care if I'm the squad leader or if I'm just the private, but I want to see that sort of interaction and that sort of grim feeling upon the characters. I don't want them to be like cracking jokes as they go in to get stabbed and shot and all of that. Now, number 3 is chaining off of number 4. You see what I'm doing here, and it's the characters. Now, I really love when they nail characters in anything, movies, TVs, comics, video games, name it, and I just love when the characters are done right. If I can't feel connected with the character, and I can't feel that the character isn't just throwaway garbage like the characters in, say, Infinite Warfare Zombies, and I hate to rag on them once more, but it's a prime example of throwaway characters with no real story. I hate that. I like it when my characters in this story that I'm playing in, they're relatable, their personality really shines, and that they have a really rich story. And that's the point of a campaign, is to tell a story. So if you're going to tell a story, your characters better be able to have a story that flows. Not some, oh, hey, I'm some random guy and I'm stuck in this thing. Oh, I want to know the backstory. In World War II, people feared for their families back home. I want to see that kind of struggle with them. Just as I talked about how there shouldn't be really any happiness. We need to have, the emotional struggle and the emotional appeal to characters, just so that, we can really understand them, instead of just having some sort of 5-paragraph essay that's missing the first paragraph. We need to have the entire thing. Point number 2 is not only based with the campaign, however, I really hope that some of these things do change in the campaign, and from what we've seen, it's just the gunplay. Now, gunplay in Call of Duty is, of course, the most important aspect of what makes Call of Duty Call of Duty. You're shooting people, you're shooting each other. Sometimes maybe you shoot it yourself for some reason. I mean, shooting rocket launchers on the ground, it tends to happen on occasion. But the thing is that what we've seen from World War II's, their gunplay and the footage that we've seen so far, and this is before the beta comes out, in case if you're for some reason watching after, but I don't really care, is that these guns have almost no kick on them. And I really hope that's not the case. I want interesting dynamic gunplay, not just the same, you're in point A, enemies are in point B, go through the middle and shoot and spray and pray at them. I want interesting gunfights. There's a sniper up in the bell tower and, we can't tell where he is. And I feel like the Modern Warfare series nailed some of these gunplay moments where you have to find the sniper. And, same with World at War, where you have to shoot the one general. It's kind of tough when you first go about it, I love the gunplay. Now, if it's just if it's just every gun has no recoil and I'm going around basically shooting a laser beam of bullets and never being killed like that, it's tough for me to actually enjoy that. I play on the medium difficulty first, just, the regular difficulty. I always start with just the regular difficulty. I don't jump into extra hard or war veteran or any of that. I normally go into that after. I want the gunplay in regular to just be dynamic enough so that it's not a constant challenge where I'm always dying the second I walk out behind cover for a split second, but I also don't want to be able to run 3 circles around the enemy before they even know that I'm there. I guess that you could say this point is almost a mix of the gunplay as well as the enemies, but when I say gunplay, I mean gunplay for the AI, for you, for everybody, just, the tanks and all of that. We need to make sure that that's actually, working gunplay instead of they always shoot directly at you and always kill you instantly. Although it's supposed to pose a challenge, that's where we go back to the realistic factor. And the number one thing I want from this Call of Duty's campaign, now call me old school, call me simplistic, and for the love of God, call me right, but honestly, I swear there should be no sequel bait at the end of the campaign. I don't want to see Call of Duty World War II 2. I don't want to see Call of Duty World War II Private Ryan's Adventure. I just want a easily condensed into one game campaign that is dynamic enough that it's not just 2 hours of me playing. It'll take more than just one little sitting, and I want it to have a rich story. It should have an ending where there's no sequel bait. Not everybody has to die at the ending. I don't mind if some of the characters get out alive. I don't care if my character gets out alive. I don't care if my character doesn't get out alive. I don't care if I'm cycling between characters like you do in World at War, but when you go between Dimitri and Miller, or whatever happens to these characters. The main thing I'm just very, very anxious about, because of things like Call of Duty Ghosts and such, is I don't want a sequel bait ending. And you'll have an incident like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 to 3. If you do sequel bait. For instance, let's think about, Black Ops 2 had multiple endings, and I don't care if this game has multiple endings, that's fine, because there can't be a sequel after that, because with that, then you have to pick a specific ending, and whether you allude to it or not, it's going to cause an issue with what the people think, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. Now, I liked a lot of the endings in Black Ops 2. I think that it worked really, really well, in my opinion, and I was hoping that, that would be the end, because we had World at War, which led into Black Ops 1, which led into Black Ops 2, and that'd be it. But for some reason, they did Black Ops 3. The story had no relation, even though it shared a title, except for the fact that it was set in the same world, and we had one teensy-weensy mention of Raul Menendez, which they say, oh, he got what he deserved. Like, really, I don't understand, because it was really stupid, and it gave me a headache. But all I ask at the end of the campaign, it's the end. I don't care if it's the end of the war or if it's before the end of the war. It's the end of the main character group's story. It's not much. And just tell me if you agree with that kind of thing, and if you agree with anything that I said on this list. Put that in the comment section. Tell me how you feel. Now, if you liked the video, go ahead and tap the like button, because most of my viewers are on mobile, so a lamau. And if you disliked the video, do feel free to tap the dislike button, and please leave in the comments why you disliked the video. and make sure that it's for a legit reason and you're not just disliking to try to be some sort of wise guy. If you have any extra points on things that you would like to see in the Call of Duty World War II campaign that would get you maybe interested in it in the first place if you're not already, that would really make you happy about it if you're already interested in it, or etc., please feel free to leave those in the comments as well. And overall, tell me if you like this kind of video. I don't do top 5s often. I did like 2, I think those were top 5s. I can't remember if those were 3s or 5s. I think they were 5s, but that was a long time ago, way before I hit 100 subs, let alone 50. So just let me know if you guys like this kind of video, and if so, I can continue to do these. I literally sat down here while doing almost nothing, and I thought to myself, this would be really cool, so I pop open Audacity, sit here in front of my microphone, and I just feel free talking about it. You know, maybe I could have like a podcast, who knows, but just something easy like this, these impromptu little videos that kind of make you think about things that aren't very ordinary, like the World War II campaign discussion. You know, I'm enjoying this video, and I'm sure editing this is going to be easy. I just have to cut out all the parts where I stutter, or when I sit there in silence for 10 to 15 seconds to think about my next point and breathe. But once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more videos like this, just feel free to visit my channel. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. Go ahead and just watch some of the streams, some of the videos. Catch a stream sometime. I'll talk to you. Very friendly. I don't bite often. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day. This is At The Moment Tony, signing off.